All right, so the flu vaccines and their glycan caps, or how the flu vaccine is a mismatch for the wild type virus. So first, to understand, you have to explain this is a representation of the virus. It has over 500 projections coming off of it, of which most are HA and NA. There are 16 types of HA, 9 types of NA, and any combination of these gives us the names the H1N1 up to the H10N8 that we know of today, and there will be many more coming down the road with well over 3,000 strains in the world circulating. The vaccine strains that they're using are these 6 main vaccines. They list the city they're from and the year in which they isolated that particular virus that they are growing for a vaccine. They have Phuket, which is Thailand 2013, Singapore 2015, Hong Kong 2014, California 2009, Brisbane 2008, and Victoria 2009, which came from Perth. These are Australian cities. So those are where these virus strains originated from and the year in which they originated, that they are growing in the current vaccines for 2018. How do they grow these? Well, first let me explain what HA and NA represents. It's very important. Here's a cell, and here is the portal it uses to get into the cell, which is called sialic acid. And it's the HA that binds to it, and then to leave, it needs NA to cut it off and release the new viruses budding from the cell. For example, these viruses for the vaccines are grown inside of chicken eggs that have chicken fetuses in them, and these viruses this is a chicken cell here. Here's the virus. It's going to dock on using HA into onto the sialic acid to get into the cell. It's dumping its DNA and genetic material to create new viruses that are being born through the membrane, little projections coming out, and to get this to fully separate from the cell as it's coming out, you need the neuraminidase to cleave it, to cut it. And here you see it with the membrane. What they then come along and do in making the vaccine to inactivate it is they dose it in formaldehyde for 12 to 72 hours, which means overnight or over the weekend. And this will cross-link. What formaldehyde does is it cross-links proteins, which is a really good way to kill a cell or a bacteria, because when you cross-link the membranes, proteins on their membranes, it will kill them. But not a virus. A virus is a very hard seed packet. So even if you're cross-linking some of these projections, they're still able to enter the cell and dump its DNA and genetic material, create a new virus, come through with its little projections, and voila, you have the vaccine strain. And this vaccine strain is the one that's infecting humans today. They're able to do genetic profiles of these viruses and finding out to a great degree the vaccine virus is infecting people alongside with the wild type virus, which, yes, it has developed a glycan cap on top of all its HA. There is a glycan cap. These HA hemagglutinin projections that bind the virus to the cell to get in, it has a cap on it, so it will not bind in the same way that it did, and it makes it so it can completely evade any efforts we make to trick it. And it's able to use our limited infection, our limited infection vaccines. They're able to use our limited infection vaccines against us. Ultimately, they're able to use our own medicine against us. Thank you.